Hello world, my name is Nick360 and welcome back to the Complete Beginner's Guide to Prison Architect. In the last episode we built our first prison. It is the basic prison. It has just the minimum amount of stuff to actually be a prison. Now we're going to expand on what we built and we're going to work on utilities. Now as you can see, there is a lot of things flashing on the screen right now. Some of them are flashing yellow and some of them are flashing blue. The yellow things require electricity and the blue things require water. Both of these things are considered to be utilities, and we need to build them if they're going to function the way we want them to. So, we're going to go down to utilities. We need a power station for the electricity, and a water pump station for the water. Now here's the thing, power stations can be improved by capacitors. Each capacitor that is adjacent to the power station will increase how much power it can store or generate. Because of that, it's a good idea to leave the power station away from any of the buildings. So I'm going to put my power station here, making sure that there is plenty of room around it. And then I'm going to put my capacitors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. I put 6 capacitors. Now each of them was $1,000, but I'm putting a lot of capacitors in. I make sure that I do not have to worry about power for a long time. And then I need a water pump station. I'm going to put it down here. And I'm going to speed up time and have our workers install that. Now, just because we put a power station doesn't mean the buildings will get power. We need to get the power from the station to these buildings. In order to do that, you drag an electrical cable from the power station through the buildings. So here we go, our workers are going to start installing these cables, and once it's connected to the power station, electricity will flow through them. Vroom! It lit up nice and green. Now, as you can see, electricity didn't flow. None of the lights in these rooms are actually touching this power line. That is because this power line fills up the whole room with power up to 40 squares away. So if this line stopped here and this building went on 40 squares this way, all the lights in that room would still be able to be on just from this wire here, even if it was 40 blocks away. And you can see that 40 blocks can be quite a long ways. The exception to that is things like fridges and cooks. They need to be directly hooked up to these cables. And there we go. I made sure all of them are hooked up directly to our power grid, and now they're all powered. Lastly, we just need to get our prison block here. And you can actually put power through this wall here, and it'll power up all of them. Now, if you're like me, sometimes you will have trouble installing these electrical cables into your prison if you don't do it through the walls, and that's because they don't like going through the corners. They can't go from one corner to the other. So you just need to delete one of the walls and then rebuild it. So we do demolish walls. I'm going to demolish this wall here so they can get to the corner of each of these little cell junctions here, and then they can install the electrical cable, and once the cable's in place, all of these cells will receive power. Now while we're waiting on that to happen, let us move on to our water. Our water pump is another one of these things that need to be directly hooked up to our cable. So we're going to go here, and there we go. Now once that's built, our water pump will be wired up. It'll have the electricity to get water flowing. Now, water flows through pipes. There's small pipes and large pipes. So large pipes can carry huge volumes of water, but they are a slight risk for your security of your prison, and I'll explain that in a later episode. But for now, all you need to know is large pipes shouldn't go inside of buildings or directly up to any of the facilities. They just need to go around your prison, and small pipes will about 40, again, just like 40 blocks away, as long as they're up to a big pipe by 40 blocks, they'll provide water. So I'm just hooking up one pipe underneath each of these facilities and making sure that all these small pipes are connected up to a big pipe. That will make sure we have enough power. So here we go. These toilets here need water. I'm going to put these pipes in here. And then lastly, we need some pipes to the sink right here. Gonna hit play and then fast forward, and all these pipes are going to be put in place. There we go. Now while the pipes are in place, I'm going to go back to the electrical cables, and I'm going to reinstall these cables here now that there is a room for a worker to install them. Back to pipes. Now you can see we have our big pipe with a lot of water flowing, and we have small pipes with a little bit of water flowing through them. And once they're all hooked up, there we go. Now that the little pipe is hooked up to underneath the toilet is functional and the light is no longer flashing. Same thing for these showers. Now these showers are working and these toilets are working. Awesome. There we go. Now our pipes and our electricity is flowing again. we can go to materials and build walls, and we can rebuild the walls of these cells that we deleted. There we go. And once they're in place, all these cells will be considered active cells again, and they'll be able to have prisoners use them, which is exactly what we want them to be used for. Quick tip, if you ever have a worker stuck like this on a jail door, you can just right click on the jail door and it'll open. And there we go. That is the basics for utilities. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.